Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jeff here with Automotive Enthusiast Society, and today we're going to talk about the Apex Motor Club. Let's get into it. So to start off with, the Apex Motor Club is a club that recently opened up here in February of 2019 and is a exclusive and private club that is available to those who want to come and race their cars around a track, as well as various other amenities, including condos and trackside garages that come with the complex. So basically it was founded by some gentlemen who wanted to create a private experience. So you get a membership, and then you can then take your cars to this club certain days of the week and certain amount of times a year, depending on what membership package you choose to go with, as well as receiving many other benefits and taking advantage of the well-staffed complex that is the Apex Motor Course area. So right now the area is open up, and it's actually been showing off all sorts of advertisements and videos everywhere. If you're like me and you live in the Phoenix area, you'll actually see some of the advertisements on YouTube from time to time. They do bring a lot of their cars to some of the different events, like some of the Scottsdale and the Scuderia Cars and Coffee events, to sort of, you do sort of see them even if you are not a member of the club, or making your way out to their area out in the farmland over there in Maricopa County. So just something to keep in mind if you ever want to take a trip to the club. Now, being said, it is a membership only club, so if you don't have a membership, you won't be able to get into the race. So that is the bummer part, and I'll address that more later. But getting started into it, the way it's currently working right now is they are in phase 1 out of 3 phases for the process, and in the phase 1 they have a 2.27 mile track currently and about 48 condos on the premises with some extra trackside garages. So let's say you want to become a member. There are actually 4 options as far as membership choices go, with the cheapest and currently sold out as of the last time I checked the website is the executive package. So the executive package starts out with a upfront cost of about $22,000 and then about $4,000 a year as long as you maintain the membership after that. So this one is the very basic. It comes with the least amount of days, of course. It doesn't come with some of the other fun benefits that the other ones have, including some of the discounts at the store on race gear and of course rental cars as well. And then of course this membership is non-transferable. So the next one up from that is actually the gold membership. So the gold membership is about $30,000 for the initial cost, and then $5,000 a year for fee after that. Now, to me, it makes no sense that you would buy the executive package if you're willing to spend this kind of money. Like, if you have the kind of money to spend for a membership with Apex to go take advantage of their facilities, like you have, the finances, I would say the gold package seems more worthwhile, at least to me. It depends on your situation, I suppose. But if you buy the gold package, right, you have that transferable fee and you get some of the other benefits. So you get more days, so you can race more, and of course you get the other stuff. Now, yes, it is a little bit more expensive, but if you're going to be spending that money, like if you can spend 22 grand, you can probably afford to spend 30 grand and get the gold package. The reason I'm recommending the gold package because if to me, being that it's transferable, you could always go, like let's say you're moving somewhere away from Phoenix, like it'd be really hard to take advantage of the courses, and of course you'd be paying a lot of money for those racetrack privileges and not really being able to use them as often as you'd like to. So you could actually sell and then transfer your title. That way you make a little bit of your cost back, and let's say you sell it for 15 grand. You're not recouping all of your money, but you're recouping most of your money, meaning that it's actually cheaper to go with that package instead of using something like the executive package where you're looking at $22,000. So after the gold package, the next one is actually the platinum package, which comes in around $75,000 with a monthly fee of $10,000, or not, sorry. It's super interesting to me that you see some of these different packages, and what's exciting about some of them is the higher up you go, the more guests you get, of course the more benefits as far as discounts and everything are concerned, and of course more racing days. So this is for the hardcore person that wants to be at the track 24/7. If you were to do something that is exclusive and just you have lots of money to burn. Now that was the last more aggressive individual package. So the next one is actually called the corporate package, and so this one's $130,000, and you might be asking yourself, who would be spending $130,000 to buy this, exclusive package, and then another $22,500 a year after that. Now, this package is actually really unique because it counts for 5 people. So let's say you and your other corporate exec buddies making a bunch of money, being the type of guys you are, you like golf and everything, but you really like racing. So the 5 of you sign up, and of course you save a little bit of money, and you get this corporate plan where you can then go and get, of course, all of your discounts, bring more guests, and of course you can even bring in some of your employees and bring a lot of guests under the corporate plan. So that's something super exciting. I know that if I ever started a company or ever did anything crazy, I would absolutely go with this plan. I would spend so much time hanging out at the Apex course. It would be absolutely awesome. So unfortunately, I haven't actually been out to the Apex course, being that it is a private membership only track. They very rarely really let anybody that's not a member take a look at the track. If you work for Apex, or if you want to bring me as a guest, that would be super awesome. I would absolutely love that. It would be freaking legendary, especially when you look at some of the videos, like their trailer video that I saw. I think there was actually a Senna in the background in one of the videos, and for me as a car guy, as all of us as car guys, going and watching something as legendary as a Senna rip around the track is absolutely incredible. So that's super awesome. Now, earlier I mentioned that they were currently in phase 1 out of the 3 phases. So let me explain that a little bit. So the phase 1 was the initial completion of the event. So that brought in the current condo situation. It brought in some of the different, and the 2.27 mile racetrack. Now, next in line, of course, we have phase 2. So phase 2 is going to bring the rest of the track, making it in total a 4.2 mile course. And it's going to bring a little bit more in the ways of housing. It's going to bring some different options for actual condos, and then trackside garages as well. So it's going to be a little bit more membership, and it's bringing more options for those who are actually interested in getting a membership. The last one being phase 3 is going to be the Clubhouse. Now, the Clubhouse for me is one of the most exciting additions of all the phases, because it's actually going to be bringing things like a go-kart club, as well as the actual clubhouse, which is going to have things like grills and like pools, and like it's going to have games and stuff like that. It's going to be the area where you can actually go and hang out at the racetrack. Like, could you imagine just living at a racetrack and hanging out there all the time with all of your gearhead buddies? That is exactly what Apex is. And they have really thought this out. They actually brought somebody in to design the track for them. It has one of the longest straightaways of any of the tracks here in the US. And in addition to that, they have some other complex and technical areas of the course that actually make it really fun to drive. So imagine watching something like a Senna drive around this track with the wing going. It would just be absolutely legendary. I would be so excited to see something like that. So, being that it is a private event, there are some public events from time to time. For example, there is actually something coming up at, I believe, the middle or the end of October, in which case it's actually a charity event where you can actually come to the track and you can drive your own cars, and it will be somewhat open to the public. Now, that comes with a little bit of, little things in here, like for example, if you want to actually drive your personal car and you are not a member of Apex, you'll actually have to pay about $1,000, and that'll get you a ticket to the event to hang out there all day. It'll get you access to the banquet, I believe, the food, and then of course you'll be able to drive whatever vehicle you want around the track. Now, if you want to just come as a spectator and then maybe enjoy the dinner, I believe that is $200. So that is quite pricey. If you're anything like me and you don't have a whole lot of money for access to things like that, it is kind of hard to actually figure out what you want to do with some of that stuff. So it's hard to attend some of those public events. Now, let's say it is a generic Saturday. So for me personally, I would love nothing more than to pay $25, walk into Apex, and just hang out on bleachers all day watching race cars drive around the track. Like, how cool would it be as a car guy to be watching a McLaren Senna ripping it around the track, watching the Active Aero do its thing? I mean, even the Porsche GT3s, even the Camaros, even the 911s, anything like that would be absolutely exciting to rip around a racetrack. We really don't have anything quite that cool. Especially in the US here, you don't see it that often. So to me, it would be absolutely legendary. I would definitely be willing to pay like $25 just to like go and hang out at the racetrack and enjoy some of the services that Apex offers, even if I'm not taking my personal vehicle out or other things like that. So hopefully in the future, we can see something like that where we sort of see like some public stuff get opened up. But of course, I just wanted to make a quick video basically explaining everything about Apex. And of course, if you guys have heard, there's actually another private track area that will be coming up called Atessa, and Atessa should be coming up somewhere between Phoenix and Tucson, and it's essentially a bigger complex that has a bit of everything. They're gonna have a private airstrip, just crazy stuff, and maybe depending on how well this video does, I might make a video about Atessa as well, but they're of course much further. There's a lot more time for Atessa to come, while Apex is now live, going through the various phases, and they're still taking membership. So I will go ahead and include their website in the description below, as long with a link to their YouTube channel where you can go ahead and check out some of the different things that they're offering. If you do want, I believe I've had some of their vehicles in the videos from some of the other Cars and Coffee events that we've went to, so don't forget to check out some of those videos as well after watching this one, so you can see sort of what I'm talking about and you know what to look for when you go to some of the different car events here in Arizona. But given that it is just hit 5 o'clock, I actually have another car show event to go here too, which, depending on when this video comes up, which is probably Sunday, you'll of course be able to see that video of the car event I'm going to now will show up Monday or Tuesday. So we'll have to see when that video actually comes up. But thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to check out some of our other content. Let me know what you think about Apex. How much would you be willing to pay? $25 to go and just hang out on a Saturday and watch them do some different races and just watch people set track times? It's a really cool concept for me, and while it's hard to imagine myself ever spending that much money on a membership or something like that, it is something I'm definitely interested in to learn more about, or at least see if there's some sort of leeway where there's going to be some cheaper memberships that you can get that allow you to do various things, or, you know, very limited track time and things like that. So thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you guys next time.